What's up, guys? Gonna make a little video about the cylinder heads. We did a little research and we found a different set of heads, and I think we're gonna go with them. So I'm gonna explain this the best I can, and hopefully it makes sense. So I had a set of 317 heads, and I was going to use those, and the only problem is as most of y'all know, if y'all know anything about LS's, 317 heads come out on a 6.0, which is a 4-inch bore, and there's a bigger head, and I have a 5.3 block, and it's going to be pretty much, it's going to be a 5.3. So we're going to try and get that compression up just a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use, I found a set of 862 heads. They have 61cc combustion chambers, which with flat top pistons should get me up to almost 10 to 1, we think. I don't know. We're going to just have to see, depending on how much. I mean, we can probably mill the head, and I mean, you probably won't gain a lot from milling the head. It just depends on how much you want to. You can only mill the head so much. So we're going to try and we're going to get the head straight and not take a bunch off of them so we can reuse them. You know, like if I blow it up again, which we all know that's probably going to happen again. So I tend to be a little hard on things. So we're going to go with the 862 heads, 61cc combustion chamber. They come from the factory with 200cc intake ports, 70cc exhaust ports, with a 1.89 inch exhaust valve and a 1 and 55 inch exhaust valve. So at 600 lift, you're looking at like 226 CFM on the exhaust side, and 174. No, let me back that up. 226 on the intake, 174 on the exhaust. So they don't flow as good, and I'll show you. I have all this wrote down. I would show you it, but you probably couldn't read my handwriting. So the 317, like I said, is a 71cc, so it's 10 extra cc than the 862, and they have a 210cc intake port, a 75cc exhaust port. They come out with a 2-inch intake valve and a 155 exhaust valve. And at 600 lift, they flow 240 CFM on the intake side and 177 on the exhaust. So what we're going to try and do is, I have some, so like as on the 86, on the 862 heads, they come out with a 1.89 inch intake valve. Well, I have a set of 2-inch intake valves that I'm going to put in it, so they should flow right about what the 317 will, but the compression is going to be higher. See, that's what we're going for. Is we're going to try and raise the compression. That way, it's just it's a added horsepower, and if I was to put the 317 head on it, yeah, it flows. If we're comparing factory head to factory head, the 317 is a darn good head, but they, just for what I'm going for, it dropped the compression down quite a bit, and I want to keep the compression as high as possible, because the higher compression, to get an X amount of horsepower, you have to put less boost to it and push it. You don't have to push it as hard because the compression's higher. So that's the theory behind it. That's the theory we're going to go with. My dad was the one that told me all about this, and you know, I was like, well, we're just gonna throw these on it and they'll work. I mean, I just he always does a little research and then slaps me around and says, listen here, this is what we really need to do, and he explains it to me, and so that's how I'm able to explain it to you, is because, you know, he explained it to me, and that's a little bit why I wanted to start videoing, is because, you know, people say, well, these are a good head, but they don't tell you why. So this is kind of like a why and how. So pretty much you can take an 862 head that don't flow as good as a 317, bring it to a machine shop, and they can you know, bore it out and put bigger valves in it, and it'll flow right around the same. Also, my dad is going to polish the ports up a little bit. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure everything will help. We're not gonna bore, like, bog them out or nothing stupid like that. We're just gonna kind of smooth up the ports and get some of the casting out of it, and to make it more of a smooth, like a, I really can't say CNC, because they're not CNC'd. It's just a cast aluminum head, and we're just gonna kind of smooth up the intake and exhaust runners and try and get them a little smoother flow. It'll help a little bit. We're just trying to we're just trying to make the best head for my combination. And so yeah, I did talk to my grandpa today, and he said the block is about a week to 2 weeks out. So he said that's if we get everything done. So that was good news. So when he gets it done, I'll go get that picked up, and we'll find out what bore it is, and I'll be able to go ahead and order pistons for it. And then, of course, we're going to order some rods. Then, once I get the whole rotating assembly here, I'm going to grab my flywheel and I'll grab the whole rotating assembly, you know, from balancer to flywheel, you know, pistons, rods, rings, crank, all of it. Take it and have it go get it balanced. You don't necessarily have to do that. You know, that you can buy a pre-balanced deal, but I'm buying like pistons from this place and rods from this place, and the crank I have is just a stock 6.0 crank, and they're the exact same thing as a 5.3, but they weigh different because they're balanced for a 4-inch bore, as in a 5.3 is bored for a 3.78 bore. So yeah, so things are starting to roll together. I should be able to get those 862s crack-a-lackin'. I should get them things ready to go, I'd say in the next day or so. Right now I got poison ivy all over me, so that kind of bumps the brakes on everything, because I'm highly allergic to poison ivy, and once I get it, it's kind of hard to stop. I went to the doctor today and got all my medication, or my steroids they give me, so I'm going to take them, and I'm going to try and get over this as soon as possible. That way I can get out here in the shop and do a little bit more and work, and actually, you know, be able to work in the heat for a little bit. But we'll see. But yeah, for right now, that's it. I'm going to add, after this video, I'm going to take some videos of the destruction from when I blew my motor up, and I'm going to show you like the hole in the block and the oil pan and the crankshaft and all that. And then my buddy Jace's girlfriend Taylor took a video of my truck when I blew it up, so I'm going to post that video with this video, so we'll have learning about the head deal and why I'm doing it this way, and then we'll have, you know, pictures of the mass destruction I caused on the 5.3, and then the video of it shooting a 6-foot fireball at the driver's side. So yeah, So I'm going to just go ahead and finish this out and say thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, comment, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think I should be doing different. It's a learning experience, and all advice helps, even if it's negative. You know, I'm going to get some negative stuff, but that's fine. All advice helps. I appreciate it all, and again, thanks. Alright, what's up, guys? Let me turn this light on. So in the last video, as you've seen, I explained about the heads. Let me turn this music down too. Golly, I'm not prepared. Okay, here we go. So, last video, I explained about the heads and what I'm going to do there. Now I'm just going to show you the block and all that. So here's the block. Yeah, that's like not good. And then so yeah, it kind of broke some stuff. I don't think we'll be able to reuse that oil pan. So yeah, I got a windage. I had to get another windage tray. Cause this one is broke too. So great, now I gotta find a rag. But here's where it torched the head right there. Let me see if I can get this thing. So right there, I don't know if y'all can see that. I don't have it. Yeah, it torched that head. I could probably fix it. I just kind of really, I don't know. We'll see. Those are 862 heads, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. So here's a piece of rod. This was stuck on the crankshaft, and then here is, this was the piece that was laying on my starter. It's real nice. Broke that piston. Like, she broke. She gone. So yeah, yeah, it didn't really tear up the camshaft as bad as I thought it was going to. But I mean, it's still, I mean, I had to polish it, and it's already been polished once because it wasn't in the best condition when I got it. I'm gonna bring it over here in the light and let y'all look at it. It wasn't in the greatest condition when we got it out of the motor that we did. And so that's kind of why we didn't go back with it in that customer's vehicle. And they, you know, so we showed them everything, and they said, safe, and I'd much rather be safe than sorry. And they ordered another camshaft. So they said, just throw that one away, keep it, do whatever you want with it. So I, don't really matter if it falls, but I don't really want it to. So I took the risk, and I don't know if you can see that. There's like a little, I'm sure you can see the imperfection or the difference in the metal right there. It's been hit. It got hit right there, and a little bit right there, and then right here. I think yeah, that's a, yeah, that was kind of goofy, but yeah, this is what your camshaft sensor picks up, I'm pretty sure. And it got beat up right there, and right there, and right there. So yeah, I'd say it's she done. I don't know what I'm going to do about. I'm not gonna reuse that. It'd be kind of, watch out. It'd be kind of stupid to do that, you know, considering I'm doing all the machine work. I mean, the only used thing that's going to be, that hadn't been like, actually everything's going to be reworked. I mean, I'm going to, after, you know, new rods, new pistons, the block has been gone through 100%. The crankshaft's going to get smoothed up, polished. There we go. It's going to get polished and all that. So I don't know. It should be. It's going to be a completely brand new motor. It's not going. There's no used parts other than probably the valve springs. So I'll probably have them checked. We have a little valve spring checker. I'll probably video that too. We'll make sure that they have enough seat pressure for the camshaft. I think it only needs like 150 pounds of seat pressure, which is, I think, like just a little bit over stock. I don't really know. I haven't really looked into that kind of stuff. I probably ought to. I'm gonna keep on going with this. But so yeah, so there's that, and the video of me blowing that motor up and all the destruction and flames and oh my gosh and all that stuff is coming up right about now.